Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2. Now, when it comes to the original Love, Death, and Robots, when it was written and directed and, partially presented by David Fincher and Tim Miller, it was generally a series of science fiction themed anthology shorts that didn't have much in the ways of unifying themes. Most of them were made just because Fincher and Miller wanted to make something awesome. And the first volume was generally quite a bit of that, with 18 different shorts from different animation studios, where it was really up to debate and a matter of opinion when it came to which ones were the best and worst of the collection. And now, in 2021, we happen to get another volume of Love, Death, and Robots, though with considerably less in the way of shorts. Whereas the first season had 18 shorts, this one is only 8. And that obviously means there's a lot less content and a lot less variety when it comes to the shorts that are there. But how about the actual content that we do have? Well, the shorts here certainly do offer quite a bit in terms of stuff that animation fans will get into. From a drowned colossal man that gets one of the more contemplative shorts to a short about running on ice, which comes from the same animation team that gave us Zima Blue, my favorite short from the first volume, to a story about a monster Santa Claus that really makes you think how a lot of Christmas stories would have gone if that was the Santa Claus we got beforehand. Basically, a lot of these shorts do happen to work as basically mid-tier shorts for the first volume, though the more photorealistic shorts, much like the ones that were in the first volume, tend to be the weaker ones. Shapeshifters, while decent in its own right in the first volume, was one of the weaker shorts in my opinion, not just because of the animation, but also because the story it was telling felt like it was stretched a bit long for its 17-minute length. And Pop Squad, one of the shorts here that was actually directed by the same director who did the Kung Fu Pandas 2 and 3, it's actually one of the weaker shorts and one of the longest at 18 minutes. The other more photorealistic short, Snow in the Desert, is slightly better, mainly because of its twist ending and the fact that it has a bit more action to it, but it does feel like the photorealistic shorts are the ones where Love, Death, and Robots stumbles a bit. And it's no different here, as there are 2 of the 8 shorts, and they're both 18 minutes long, making them the longest shorts of both collections. But the other 6 are generally pretty good. In fact, Life Hutch, the one starring Michael B. Jordan, is surprisingly one that gave me some space terror that the Alien franchise was missing for quite a bit. Though to a lesser extent in comparison to something like, Sawny's Edge from the first season. The Tall Grass is generally pretty good at being a classic example of a animated horror story, which kind of makes me want to see an animated horror movies in that kind of style. And the one that I actually started with was one that has senior citizens versus vacuum robots, which with animation that kind of reminded me of The Dump from season 1, but in my opinion with a better story and characters that got me into it. Also, there's a far less nudity and far less sexual content here. There's still a ton of violence, there's still a ton of bloodshed, and there's still a ton of swear words, but it does feel like that they have toned down a lot of the sexual content, which in my opinion is for the better, because that part of the series felt like it was more juvenile, such as when it was used in shorts like Beyond the Aquila Drift or especially The Witness. But overall, it's not as good as the first volume, but I still recommend checking it out. That's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. See you next time.